What is going on, YouTube people? Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics here. Woke up this morning, feel like the intro to The Sopranos, and this came across the old Twitter. Gonna push today's video that I had scheduled back till tomorrow. Fanatics has received, let me rephrase, Fanatics Trading Cards, the new entity, has already received a valuation of $10.4 billion. That's just for the trading cards. Fanatics itself has a $20 billion valuation, I believe. So $10.4 billion valuation for the new Fanatics trading card venture, and they just received $350 million in Series A funding. That's all well and good, but there's some interesting quotes / text in this story. So that's kind of what I really want to focus on. It's nothing new per se, but it reaffirms what a lot of us have been thinking and speculating on. So like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff down below. So let's kind of scroll through here really quickly, give some hot takes here. There was a couple things that really stood out. The leagues, here's the big one. With Fanatics owning the rights, they are fundamentally going to change the experience for the fan and collector in a way that existing right holders haven't done. Shots fired. Hopefully, we're going to expand the audience for people to access these cards and want to collect these cards. Okay, that's the quote. Here's the subtext. People familiar with Fanatics Trading Cards say the new venture will angle to become a one-stop shop for all things trading card industry, including primary sales, secondary marketplace deals, grading of cards, and even storage. So, once again, just reaffirming they want it all. They want to sell it to you. They want you to resell it with them. They want you to grade it with them. And they want you to store it with them. So imagine PSA plus Panini plus Topps plus eBay plus PWCC, but it's all one company. There's going to be some good things that come out of that. There's probably going to be some things people don't like come out of that. A lot of people are going to side-eye the company that makes the card being the company that grades the card. Now, maybe they just acquire a second company and it's under its own umbrella. I don't know. Maybe they partner with somebody and there's an exclusive grading partner of Fanatics, or maybe they launch their own. I don't know. Personally, could you guys just go buy Beckett? They kind of need the money. They kind of need the help. I don't know that I see them launching their own. Maybe they will. I don't know. But once again, this is just like doubling down on really laying it out. This is exactly what they want to do. Before it was a little bit speculation. Now it's just straight out saying we want it all. It also goes on to say, also an interesting thing here. The industry's traditional model, distributors would sell cards to retailers and then remain on the sidelines as prices of its product rose, sometimes astronomically, in the secondary market. Fanatics wants to capture that value and believes that customers can benefit from a modernized business without the numerous middlemen bloating the prices on cards. I mean, that sounds good. We'll see how they do it. The other big fear is, not fear, but I think the thing no one wants to see is them cut out LCSs. And so far, for the very limited amount of things Josh has said at the industry summit, it made it sound like they understand the value of the LCS and that they want to keep that around. But as I've stated from the beginning when all this stuff rolled out, if I was a distributor, I would be scared to death. You're toast. If your primary revenue stream is distributing sports cards, you're in trouble, in my opinion. And the music's about to stop. So you better find something else to do. And I don't know how many of the distributors rely solely on sports cards and how much of them have, vested interest in other things. So, it'll be a loss, but not like a deal breaker. I'm not familiar with that side of the hobby at all. But I think distributors are the one that's going to get cut out. So if they just replace the distributor and just distribute themselves, which they can absolutely do. They have the network to do it. It's not going to be a problem for them at all. And they have the money to figure it out if they don't. So if they just cut out the distributors to keep that profit inside and then sell to the LCSs at around the same rates as before, then, it might not be all that bad for the LCS. And then they're going to want it on the flip side as well. They're going to probably try to become the king of the sports card marketplaces. And if that's the case, then they're going to capture the revenue on the resale side as well with whatever their selling fee is. Say it's 10% to sell on Fanatics, sports card, eBay, vault, auction place, thingamajigger. I also envision them rolling out some sort of Star Stock-like product. I could see their resale platform being based somewhat like Star Stock. Maybe they pre-grade raw cards. You could submit via them to their grading company, come back, it's all sold on there. They're storing it for you, the whole 9 yards. You can request to have it sent home. The whole kit and caboodle. I could definitely see that as well. It goes on to say a big reason why the leagues chose Fanatics is because of all this. Essentially, the fact that they're going to be able to be one-stop shopping. They have the money, they have the power, they have the distribution networks. It also probably helps that a lot of the Fanatics people are sports team owners as well, so they already had the in. But it's, once again, this is just reaffirming a lot of the things that we kind of already had a feeling were coming. The deals run for 15 to 20 years, which we kind of already knew. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys and girls think? Is I get it, the appeal to one-stop shopping. I can already see the comments flowing in right now about, is this a monopoly? Is this a conflict of interest? How can you grade the cards that you make? There's going to be, like, toilet paper was running out before. Go get your tinfoil now, boys and girls, because the run on tinfoil is going to be insane. Get your hats ready because, boy. Personally, I'm willing to at least let me see what it is. I'm not going to sit here and rush to, oh my God, call the Federal Trade Commission. Let's break this thing up or whatever. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see what they announce. Let's see what kind of safety checks they have in place between the varying different entities. Specifically the grading. Them going in the resale doesn't bother me. That's whatever. The grading one is the one that I'm like, all right, how are you guys going to do this? Are you going to get an existing or are you going to start from the ground up? I would almost feel better about them acquiring an existing. The problem is there's just not a lot of options. It's Beckett and SGC. PSA is not selling the Fanatics. I don't think that they would anyway. And I doubt CSG would either. They have Blackstone behind them. They're part of CGC or CCG. They're their whole other own little beast in amongst itself. Beckett's kind of hanging in the wind, and SGC is still the little kid that could. Those are the two most likely candidates, in my opinion, or they just start up their own. Either way, regardless what they do, they are going to disrupt the grading industry. Now, like I said, maybe they end up partnering with someone. Maybe it's not a full acquisition. I don't personally see that happening because it seems like they want to control everything. So they're going to want whoever the grading partner is eventually kicking the revenue up to them. It's almost like they're forming the mob of sports cards. So, they're the New York family. The grading companies is going to be the Sopranos out in New Jersey, to run that reference back. They're going to want that kicked up to them. They're not going to want them as a third-party entity. I don't think, anyways. Maybe I'm wrong. Personally, from the outside looking in, I would rather them form a partnership with a grading company that is not owned and controlled by them. Now, people will still look at that and say, oh, well, they're in partnership with them. Of course, they're going to grade them all 10s or true gems or whatever you want to call it. Yes, but at least it looks a little bit better as a separate entity than it does being completely under the umbrella. So we'll see how that plays out. Personally, that's what I would like to see. Partner with someone and do it that way versus them fully acquiring somebody. Will they do that? I don't know. them controlling selling is not surprising at all. And I think the more competition we have in that space, the better. There does feel like there would be a tipping point at some point, though, because it's like, how many different places can I list these cards to sell? And then how many different places do I have to go look to try to find a card I want to buy? Like, if I'm looking to go buy a card, do I really want to go to eBay, all My Slabs, PWCC, Twitter, IG, Facebook, the new Fanatics thing, Star Stock, and whatever other the 6 other ones that I'm forgetting about, Golden, Alt. There's going to be a ton of them, and that's going to get weird at some point in time. The market's almost going to be flooded with too many selling platforms. Now, the advantages of a lot of them, eBay, My Slabs, IG, the just selling it on social, stuff like that, is you still have the card in your hand, so you could post the same card in multiple places. You just need to be on top of it. So assuming Fanatics will let you do that. We don't know. But let's assume Fanatics has 2 versions of their marketplace. One where the card is vaulted with them and you sell it through them, and one where it's more like an eBay thing where you're shipping it out yourself. Maybe they won't do that. I don't know. Personally, I think that would be smart to do it that way, because people want to have cards in their hands still. They don't want to go the full Star Stock land where everything's just a line on a spreadsheet, and then eventually I can have it shipped home. But that's intriguing to me too on what they do with the selling platform. I have less concerns about them entering the selling platform. The biggest thing, and I'm not going to go full tinfoil, but the grading thing is the one that makes me go, the most. Like I said, I'm willing to see how it plays out, but change is coming. Whether it's for the good or the bad, we really don't know yet. On paper, it sounds okay. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now, but we'll all be watching with a close eye. So that's all I have for you guys and girls. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you tomorrow for a basketball market update that's gotten pushed off a day. So that'll be out tomorrow. Peace.